But you know, speaking of old timers, for as long as I've been at this, one particular fella's been at my side for a good chunk of that, and that would be the venerable Dennis DeLucia. Wouldn't be finals night without Dennis, now would it, guys? Dennis!
Stevie!
Good to hear that velvet voice.
Hey, Dennis, how are you? Look at that Bridgeman jacket in the back.
What do you think, huh?
All right, we got you here.
This is my studio.
Tell us an old guy's story about how that yellow jacket came to be.
The Bridgeman coat. Well, at the end of the '75 season, Bobby Hoffman had been teaching the Blue Stars, and I had just left the Hawthorne Muchachos, and he came home to New Jersey and wanted to teach locally. He's a Jersey guy. For those of you who might not remember what Bobby looks like, this is my favorite picture of Bobby from the good old days, the big hair days. So he said, I'm going to teach the St. Andrews Bridgemen, and I want you to do the drum line. So we met for lunch, and he said to me, I have this vision to have the whole corps in long, knee-length black coats and high black boots, but I can't figure out what to put on the head, for a hat. Nothing makes sense to me except a Russian Cossack, a fuzzy Russian Cossack hat. And I said to him, well, what music do you think we could play in the second and third year? Because at that point, corps didn't get new uniforms every year. So he said, okay, I get it. He said, but what are we going to put on top? We need a hat. So I knew a hat manufacturer in Jersey. We went to visit them. We're touring the factory with the owner, come upon a woman who's blocking cowboy hats. Bobby says to the owner, before she blocks the sides up, could she leave the sides down and pull the front and back of the brim down? The owner says, sure. She makes a sample right then and there, holds it up, and Bobby and I become two kids in a candy factory. We're jumping up and down because we knew we had found it. The next version was every element of the corps he wanted in a different pastel. So the sopranos would be in one color, the mid-range would be in a different color, the low brass in a third color, the percussion in a fourth color, the color guard in black. So he has those samples made, brings them to a rehearsal in January in garment bags, picks out 4 kids in the corps who would fit into the samples, tells them to go get lost in a side room with a staff member. Don't come out until I tell you. So at the end of the rehearsal, Bobby's hyping the corps up at the corps meeting, and he's telling them he's building this thing up. And he says, okay, come on out. The first one out is a boy wearing a knee-length pink coat.
That ain't going to play in Jersey.
Oh, this is Jersey, man. This is Bayonne, Jersey City, New Jersey, with some Brooklyn thrown in. And I'm looking at the faces of the kids in the corps, and they're reading their lips, and they're going, I ain't wearing that. So they finish the meeting, and the leadership of the corps comes up to the two of us and says, can we talk to you? Sure. What's up? We have one request. Please don't take our corps colors away from us, because the St. Andrews era colors were black, white, and yellow. So Bobby, in his infinite wisdom, says, oh, you're right. I get it. So that's how that uniform ended up being a long coat, yellow with black and white trim.
The Bayonne bananas.
The real story. Yeah.
Just quickly, Dennis, is it legend or is it true that if you were a member of the Bridgemen, Bobby Hoffman taught you to smile before he taught you to do anything else?
That's probably true. I mean, that's the kind of guy he was.
I've always heard it that way, that before you learned anything else in the Bridgemen, you learned how to smile.
Well, you certainly learned how to project.